I'm Kristen Padavic. I'm the Director of Design at Cedar, and this is Profiles. I knew I was going to be an architect at a very young age. I always loved people's houses. All my friends would be watching a movie and I would be touring the house and taking pictures. I'm not kidding. My photo album when I was like 7 years old was of the different rooms of my friends' houses. Like my good friend, her father was a builder in the town I grew up in, and I used to ask him if I could tour the job sites with him. So I just always knew I was just really obsessed with space. My best friend Susan, growing up, we started an architecture club. She became an architect as well. And we just talked about homes all the time. We were in the architecture class in high school. It was all guys except for the two of us. And it's just something I always knew I loved. When I graduated, it was 1998, and there were very few women in our industry. You know, from design to consultants to anything. I was really fortunate to have amazing bosses who gave me a ton of opportunities. My first job was at Brennan Stool & Lynch in Chicago, and I did everything from high rises to houses. They were wonderful people. They were compassionate. I did not feel the impact of it. It wasn't until like my third job where I had just a really unfortunate situation with a boss who was blatantly sexist. I learned a lot about what it meant to be sort of a professional and what it meant to be a woman in a profession. And I really started just growing my boundaries around me. When I came to Austin originally, I was involved in Camp Kesem, which was a camp for children who have a parent with cancer. And then I was also on the board of Hand to Hold, which is a wonderful organization for families who have a child in the NICU, like I had at one point. And since I haven't been involved in those organizations most recently, as I got involved with helping immigrant families. So I'm not in an official organization, but there's actually this sort of group of women in Austin who all know each other, who share resources, and we find out about a clinic that's hosting a dental clinic, and then we tell the families we know, hey, this is happening in May. So it's more of just sort of an ad hoc group of women who help connect the dots for people, and I kind of find that is where I thrive, is in those sorts of spaces. The advice I give young women who are about to enter this field is to try a lot of things on. And if something doesn't feel right, try something else. You really don't know until you've been in a certain office or in a certain type of job if you love it or not. And so being open and also having boundaries, knowing when something doesn't feel comfortable, that you're always free to leave and change. I know when I had kids, it was like literally at the beginning of the recession in 2008. And it was hard. I mean, the world was hard. It was hard to have twins, being an architect. My husband's an architect as well. But I learned pretty quickly that you have to be able to some days say, I can't do this right now, I'm taking a break, and quit for 2 months, and then come back to it and say, I'm ready again. And you have to be able to take care of yourself in that situation. And it's very fluid when you have little kids. Some days you're like, I could do this all day long, and then other days you're like, this is exhausting. And hopefully you have a partner who you can work it all out with, because it's not 50-50, it's 100 and 100, I've learned. And you just have to navigate it. You just have to be able to say yes and say no. You have to know that you are the one in control, and that you can really guide your destiny. It can be very hard some days, but you've got it. You've got it.